This is
Hey,
not.
y'all. Hey, y'all. Welcome to episode 154. What's up, Samantha? What's going on?
Show you my spittoon.
You gotta,
Hey,
y'all,
y'all.
Samantha.
Is that one of your favorite things?
What? What
Spittoon.
we talked about this in an episode. What time? What was the word someone used? We talked about it in something, and there was a different word. I think my mom used a different word.
You'll have to
Yes.
remember.
Yes.
None of us can remember that word.
Is that one of your favorite things, Samantha? Because what we're here to talk to y'all about today is our favorite things, right?
They're not gonna put
These
this
are
on.
few.
There's just
Apparently, Samantha likes spittoons.
Since this idea of doing this episode, Libby came up with this grand idea and shot us a text, last week or something, and I loved it.
Yeah.
But ever since then, My Favorite Things song has been running
Yes.
through my head repeatedly because my grandmother used to sing it to me all the time. So
Oh, she did?
all the time. That was like one of her favorite things to sing to me. So every
It's
time
been.
it's my nanny.
Aw, it's been snowing here, so it's even more of a like Christmas vibes and
Yeah.
like I imagine somebody
Yeah.
skating.
So we've got our own
Yeah.
favorite things, y'all, that we want to share with you. And we want to know in the comments as we
Is it
go through
cookies?
this today. Oh my gosh, we got to talk about your snacks because those are your favorite things. We want you to comment today.
What do you have? Like a snack shelf there in your room?
Yeah. Yeah, I do. It's right above my desk. It was the first thing that went up in my office was my snack shelf.
Don't you notice that every now and then we catch her and she's got like a peanut in her mouth?
Yeah. Uh-huh. Yeah.
That's her supply.
Veggie straws.
That's why she gets mad at me when I'm hungry and haven't eaten. She's like, "Why the heck don't you have a snack shelf? What are you doing?"
There you
Freeze-dried
go.
apples.
You need a snack shelf, Molly.
And a darn it doll, because that belongs on the snack shelf.
A darn it doll. I thought it was a damn it doll.
Well, I was trying to be nice. I tell people I'm professional on these episodes.
My
Well,
mom,
you just blew that.
I have like a big old damn it doll that was my mother's that is here somewhere. Big old.
There used to be a lady that would sew them, and she was in like my grandma's quilting club or something. And my mom gave me several of them from her when I worked at the hospital, and I was passing them out to my employees left and right.
Everybody needs one.
Yeah.
So my mom would
I've never had one.
No,
Is that my problem? I've never had one.
I'm gonna send this one to you.
My mom would strap hers in the passenger seat of her little Honda and would ride with her in the Civic in the passenger seat, her damn it doll.
So this one has a poem. Should I read the poem?
Is it appropriate? Is it professional?
Do I need to get the
damn it a
bleep?
lot? It's fine. We're already past that point.
Okay, so I don't need the bleeper out, huh? Okay. Let's go.
When you want to throw the phone or kick the desk and shout, here's a little damn it doll you cannot do without. Just grab it firmly by the legs and find a place to slam it. And as you whack the stuffing out, yell, damn it, damn it, damn it.
See, now, if you're a road rager, you do what my mom did, and you put it in the passenger seat, and then when somebody makes you mad, you just swing out.
Wow.
Take it out on the damn
Wow. Just wow. Just
you're going to get pulled because that cop or whoever's driving by is going to assume Karen driving by that sees you doing this is going to assume you have and you're going to get pulled over anyway. And it's going to be because you're beating your damn it doll.
The best intro to a
I'm
video
going to say
ever.
not a fan. Not a fan of the damn it doll. Not one of my favorite things.
No.
Yeah.
Oh, you should be a fan. All right. So favorite things, y'all. I was trying to say it earlier, but we are clearly everywhere else but where we should be at the moment.
We're recording on a Friday.
As we go through this episode, make sure you put in the comments. If we list something that's one of your favorites, we want to know. If you have a favorite similar or complete opposite of something, we want to know. Throughout the episode, give us your comments on your favorite things. Maybe we put something and you don't think about it. You're like, oh my gosh, I didn't even think about that. But that is one of my favorite freaking things.
Or if there's something we missed.
That's what we want to know.
Tell us what your favorite things are.
I have so many favorite things that make my job as a reseller so much easier. All right. The first one I just have to say is the thing that makes my job the easiest is actually our consignment software. I have to say, like, far and above. I use Consign Cloud, and the consigners have a portal, and it cuts way down on my customer service. I hardly do any customer service. I put the stuff in there. They look real time to see the sales. It's just one of my favorite things because I can't stand talking on the phone. I can't stand, this is going to sound so negative, somebody asking me if their tchotchke sold. You're like, I don't know. There's thousands of items. Like, yeah. So that is definitely one of my absolute favorite things. I love it.
I don't know, Samantha, there's a lot of negativity coming out in her. She might need a damn it doll after all.
If I didn't have the consigner portal, yeah. See, I don't need it because I have my favorite thing and I don't have to answer those questions for everybody.
So I think that is huge because we know dealing with people can be so not just a time suck, but an energy and emotion suck, right? It just can take it all out. But the other thing for me right now, I always appreciated it and I always loved it, but I didn't love it like I love it now because I'm really delving deeper into it, is ListPerfectly, which is right there with reselling software. But now that I am actively made myself a subcategory in those of you, if you're new, my business is with Libby's business. I work with her from a North Carolina location, and it has been a nightmare trying to separate our stuff on places like Poshmark. It's easy on eBay because we can put North Carolina versus Pennsylvania, but it's a nightmare in Poshmark. And if I'm having to go on a vacation, I can't put my stuff on vacation mode. I actually have to pull it. And when you've got 10,000 items in a store and you've got to find your 2,000 items, it takes forever.
So the sub account is working well then?
Oh my gosh. Now that ListPerfectly has done the subcategory, I have me listed separate and I'm still in the process of moving items in. I try to do a couple of pages every couple of days. What an amazing time saver. God. I appreciate it that much more.
I mean, you do love to vacation. You take a lot of vacations. So this is really, really a big deal. Really big deal.
Y'all, one of my favorite things is vacation. It is. One of my favorite things.
Yes.
Not because
Reseller relaxation cruise plug.
Yes, the reseller relaxation cruise is coming up. I got to get Nick to start the countdown on the days for that because every cruise we go on, Nick starts a countdown. How many days? How many days? We have a cruise before that with our friends, and he told me the other day we're under 100 days. I need him to start counting my reseller relaxation cruise. Hello.
Yes. Yes.
Hello.
So my favorite thing today specifically, like I was super pumped about this today. As I was doing it, I was just like, I am so glad I have this. Back to Consign Cloud. The portal is fantastic, but also the payout part, which I know you haven't transitioned to, but you should. It's fantastic. But it's like 2 clicks. Like somebody messaged me and they were like, hey, I didn't get my email or whatever, because I normally do them on certain days. I can just go in there and click, click, click. Sorry, you were missed. Here you go. Boom, done. It's like 2 seconds. Like 2 seconds. And it's already done. She can print a check. She prints a check. She loves checks. I don't like writing checks. I don't remember the last time I had a check in my possession. I don't deal with checks. But she gets the email and she can just print a check, or everybody else puts in their banking information and it's direct deposited. But it's great. And I don't have to do any of it. I just click a button.
Y'all, this is what happens
so cool.
When super smart, motivated people who work in the same industry you work in put their noggins together and create a tool. It's going to make your life better because they have walked the walk and they know what our real needs are. And so when people like that develop software, whatever business you're in, if somebody who's walked the walk develops your software, it's going to make your job easier. You're going to like it.
Yeah, they know those pain points.
Yes. So we've got Consign Cloud, we've got ListPerfectly. I have another one that I thought about this morning, yesterday morning, Wednesday morning, Tuesday morning.
I wonder
Monday.
if it's the same as what I thought. No, I don't think it is. Okay.
Pretty much Monday through Friday. I am beyond thankful for a new love in my life, which is our motivation in minutes every morning. I am beyond thankful. beyond thankful.
But I'm getting choked up just thinking about it. I just, the difference it has made. Wow.
Yeah.
So this morning, my husband's home. He's like, babe, I'm gonna make you breakfast in bed. I'll make your coffee. You sleep and shut your alarms off. And I said, I can't. I have to be up, showered, hair done. I've spent time putting my makeup on, everything by 8:45. I have to be. And he's like, why? And I'm like, for my 10-minute meeting. I have to be ready to work after that 10-minute meeting. I have to be done. So he brought me in my breakfast while I was straightening my hair, and he did the whole thing. And he was like, this is weird. I'm like, otherwise, I would have stayed in bed till 11 a.m.
I love it.
Weird, he says.
Weird. It's not the Samantha I used to know.
Yeah.
It has been a game changer. And when I think about it, y'all, what really gets me is, and this goes into one of my others I had in my list, which is our reseller community and friends. I think these kind of go all together with what I'm about to say. But when we developed this motivation in minutes, it really was not self for us. It was really because of other people in the community who we have relationships with. We saw a need there. We had verbal conversations with people. Samantha has been in other groups where she sees the need that people want just to pick me up every morning, something they can say something to, but it's not taking up a long time and it's motivational. And so we were like, all right, well, let's do this. Here's how we're going to do it. And we kind of put the motivation in minutes together. We planned it all out. This is how we're going to do it. We'll see if it works. And it was literally before week 1 ended, the 3 of us are like, selfishly, the best thing we could have ever done for ourselves.
I know. I can't believe it.
Probably not why we did it.
Well, I honestly, I wasn't. And I think Libby was definitely the same of like, are we even going to want this come January? Like, that's why like the trial period and the like, we'll see, but it sounds like a lot of work. And
you can't live without it.
Fantastic.
Now, can you?
Yeah. No, like you said, we started on a Wednesday, and by Friday we were like, this is now our routine.
This is it, folks.
So I did a thing today, and I'm just gonna say it right here while we're recording, and you're gonna publish it. Do not cut this out because it's a thing.
Oh Lord.
We're gonna grandfather in whoever is on the $5 plan, which is the main plan right now. And I already changed the wording on the website, and we will switch it over January 1st. That plan will be $10, and it will be the motivation in minutes and our monthly Patreon like mastermind meeting. And then anybody who signs up before January 1st is gonna just same thing, but they're gonna be grandfathered in at $5. And we'll just have 3 tiers. It was getting confusing, and with having people have to switch and all that. So if you're listening to this and you're like, I want to try this out, I would do it now before December 31st or before January 1st, because it's only $5. And then you will get grandfathered in to that price, locked in, and it's going to double for everybody else. And they didn't know about that. So that's my executive decision this morning. And I signed up with 4 people.
Every now and then, just make your own power play, Samantha, and we'll go with it. We'll
go with it. I respect that. And all right, I do have to stop for a second because I have not done this. So shout out to Pam Henry of Whimsy and Such, because she was actually the one who guided us in the whole format of the motivation in minutes. Based
Jill
on
motivated us to do it, and
yes.
Pam helped work through the logistics with us.
Yes. I mean, she just had some great ideas of how to put it together based on, what is it? Ham radio operator, like what her dad does every morning.
Yeah.
Oh, it was just Pam and I that had this conversation.
No, I was there.
Oh, you were there. Okay.
Molly was there too, but Molly wasn't. She has no idea what I'm talking about. But it was like some ship. There was a radio, but there was also like a boating one involved. I don't know. We worked through a lot of things. Yeah.
So shout out to Pam for being so insightful and coming up that, and Jill of Rusted Truck Relics, who really was the motivation behind us starting this. So, thank you. We love people's input. We love to know what the community needs. We didn't know we needed it, but apparently we really did.
We were just trying to make the people happy.
How about, here's 2 things on this subject about why we love it, what we do. It came from stemming from listening and hearing our other friends and people in the industry, which helped get us where we are now. Mm-hmm. However, how does it make you feel? And again, we did not do this for this purpose, but every day it's like when you go through, what are you grateful for? This, you women, Everybody across the board is so grateful for it. But how much did you love today? Now, yes, this is going to air a week later, but I'm talking about what happened this morning in our meeting when Billy says, I'm sorry, Frugal Flamingo, right? Billy of Frugal Flamingo says,
yes.
I'm sorry, y'all, but I have to say something. I consider you all now my coworkers. And so we need to have an employee party, a staff party.
An office
and I was
party.
like,
yeah.
Brilliant. That is brilliant.
We should get Joe and Nicole to like play a game with us for our people.
Oh my gosh, I'd flip that. Yes, Reseller Showdown. We're going to have them come in and do a game. Listen, we're going to do a party. We're having a holiday party.
So sign up for that $5 plan and be a part of this.
Quick, get in it quick because we're going to have a holiday party. I am loving this whole, I love to put a party together. I love it. Yes. I love to put a good party together. So
she really does.
Was high up on my list of my reseller favorite things. And like I say, that ties directly into the reselling community, which to me then goes to Boss Reseller Remix, goes to Camp Listing Party, these type of things that we are blessed to have out there that people put so much freaking work, time, and effort into planning for us to all come together and be able to grow and benefit and meet people like Jill and Pam and Billy face to face, where you have these relationships and they become your coworkers, so you can have holiday office parties. Like, hello, hello. And you don't go for that. And originally, that's what just blows my mind about all these things that people put together. When you put them together, like our Motivation in Minutes, you don't realize at the time how much more is actually going to come of this when you're putting it together. And I know that Vicky, Katie, and Teresa probably feel the absolute same about Boss Reseller Remix when they plan their first one and what it is today and how it affects lives that it affects today. Mm-hmm. That was never in their sight when they originally planned this, I guarantee it.
Yeah.
Look at where they are and what it is. I mean, I am so thankful, and that is absolutely one of my favorite reselling things is our community and having the opportunity to go to these
favorite things, other resellers, right?
Other resellers.
Right. So I have something I have to give a huge shout out. I love other resellers in this community so much. So it was 2 weeks ago, I released the wrong episode on podcast. Did you all see this?
Mm-hmm. I didn't know.
I did see it.
I did. Yes. And Christy, Mom's Closet TX, sent me a sweet little message like, did you know? Because no, I absolutely did not know.
She's so sweet.
She let me know in such like a sweet way. And I was like, oh, I'll get that. But I was like, oh, somebody's listening. That's pretty cool. But I thought that was really nice. Like, she did not have to take the time to do that and, save me so quickly after I did the wrong thing. So, shout out to her. That was really, really kind and sweet. And I am very thankful she did that because it could have been out there for like, I don't know.
Who knows how long? Yeah, until we were
all 10 of our listeners would have heard it. It would have been terrible.
All right. I have a little something to celebrate. We got to celebrate the wins. But our community, our listeners, we have reached 5,000 watch hours on YouTube, and we have 20,000 downloads on our podcast right now. All thanks to the reseller community. So how can they not be our favorite things, right?
That's awesome.
I know.
Y'all. Thank you, y'all.
Yeah.
All right, Samantha, tell me one of your favorite things. Come on. Reseller favorites.
So I've had it for a couple years, but I still praise it like every day. My Rollo printer. I did the whole, I printed from my day job for a while because, I deserved it. And then I did the QR code because I was only on a couple platforms, so it was easy to do that. But as I couldn't be able to expand and do all this stuff without it. Thermal printers are amazing. And my Rollo, I mean, I'm going to knock on wood. I never had any issues with it. It is my little workhorse. Probably the most expensive thing I've ever put into my business, but it pays for itself every day.
Yeah.
I went a long time without a thermal printer, and when I got it, it saved me so much time. Oh, I love it.
changer. Such a game changer.
And
I just
because Rollo's customer service kind of rocks, well, more than rocks, because guess what? I've contacted them several times. Every time it was user error. And they are so kind and helpful. And so that's why I love Rollo, besides the fact that it works like the bomb, but their customer service is wonderful. Yeah.
They don't go, okay, dummy, look.
They should have. I mean, they should have. That would have been my response. But
here's what good customer service does. Good customer service does not say that to you. That doesn't mean they don't hang up the phone and look at their coworker and go, oh my God, it's another one of those.
No, he didn't. He didn't. He was really, I'm sure he didn't say that when he hung up the phone with me.
I'm sure you were he's not sick of hearing that same thing over and over again. I'm sure. Yeah, that's a good one, Samantha. The Rollo printer, because nothing infuriated me more with my regular printer than printing stuff one day and then all of a sudden it stops and it's like, you're out of cartridge ink. You need more ink. And it wasn't the ink. I'm only printing black and white, but the yellow's out, so it won't print my black. But I got the black's full, but because the yellow's not, I can't do my black and white label. And it was like maddening. And I'd have to go buy a yellow, which I would not use for another year, just so I could print my labels and spend $60-$80 on cartridges.
And then you don't use it, so it dries up. It's not even like it's empty. It's just dry. Oh,
and you got to rush to Staples right when it opens because you got to get back for the mailman. Like I got to get back for pickup and you got to rush and get it.
If you have a Staples... I got to the Walmart over there and they don't carry anything. So you had to buy your printer based on what Walmart carried, or because if you buy them ahead of time, they're just going to sit there and get old too. Like,
true.
Yeah. Having a thermal printer and not being able to worry about that is so nice.
When Libby told me about it way back when and said, oh my gosh, the best thing ever. There's no ink, like you're never going to run out of ink. It's just always going to print. You just buy these labels on Amazon or through Rollo if you wish, buy them in mass. I mean, I bought a big box of labels, I don't know, a year ago, and I'm still not done with them, and I'm shipping every day, multiple items.
I use them for other things too. I just got them everywhere. I don't know,
We do too. Thank you, Rollo, across the board. In fact, you have the wireless. Libby, do you have the wireless too?
I got a wireless, but as you guys know from me dropping off Zoom calls or whatever, my wireless network is not the best. My internet is not the best. So it's constantly dropping. So I just hardwired it because I was sick of playing with it.
Because I have the hardwired, but I have a soon to be wish, like a coming soon wish list, not a wish list of 2 years down the road, but that is on my 3 items of coming soon, is to have a wireless for sure.
It's nice because my printer itself sits next to my router. Like it's not wired into it, but it's right next to it. So it stays good. I just made its own little area. But when I'm in my basement or I'm up here or wherever I am doing whatever, this morning while I was waiting for my coffee in bed, I'm printing Poshmark labels. Just went downstairs and there's 4 labels sitting there because I just printed them all from my phone.
Boom.
That's so cool.
I love it.
Yeah, I'm excited for that graduation. I didn't realize when Libby told me and I saved up, I was like, okay, well, once I hit this in sales, I'm going to buy myself a Rollo printer. And I did. Best addition ever to my business. Now I'm like, ready for my wireless. Now, you know what else is on my list? Because I know this is one of your favorite lists, which is why it's now on my must-have within the next couple of months list. Because you both have it, and I know you both love it. You're both, well, you're not standing at yours right now, Libby, but Samantha.
Right
now, do tell one of your favorite reselling things that is now on my must-have list.
Samantha was the inspiration, so you go, girl.
My standing desk.
Your standing desk.
It should get a standing ovation. I love this thing, and they're a lot cheaper now. I mean, a lot cheaper, but they're more accessible and cheaper now than when I got it a couple years ago. But like I tell you guys, I'll go somewhere else or I'll sit down. The other day, I ate lunch and then sat down and talked to you guys, and I wanted to fall asleep. I was like, oh, gotta get up.
Nap time.
I got some anti-fatigue mats, and I stand all day long, and it keeps me going. It is such a game changer.
And it's so much healthier.
It's such a time saver too. Oh my gosh. Of all the
Yes.
times I'm like, "Oh, I don't feel like getting up to get the good tape measure. I don't feel like getting up to, like if I'm standing there and I can just like grab items, I actually put, all right. So addition to the standing desk is what I added onto mine is I have I have 2 taped rulers. The adhesive ones.
Yeah.
Yes, like Liz O'Kane had.
So literally I'm standing there, I'm measuring the clothing, which is probably not one of the most fun things to do. Do you have it too? You have
it. I have one on my table here, and that's how I do pants. I lay it down and then I can write it on my thing.
Interrupt real quick. If you are watching on YouTube, you are seeing what Samantha's showing you. So you're getting the visual. If you are listening on podcast and you want to see it, head on over to YouTube to watch it. But no matter what, these items are all linked on our website and our favorite things. So if it's something you want to look at and go, what the heck are they talking about? Because could this make my job easier? You can just go to consignmentchats.com, because we try to, when we find something that truly we love that makes our reselling life easier and better, we want to share that with everybody. So we try to remember as soon as we can to get that into our list. I know what the desk is in there, right?
Yep.
The roller printer,
a nicer one actually, with a drawer.
A nicer one than the one that's but the measuring tape, because I thought I had the brilliant idea a year and a half ago that I was going to lay a tape measure across my desk and just paint on it and cover it up so that it was sealed with clear and have my measurements on the desk. And I was all proud of myself because I was going to do this. And then we had Liz O'Kane on an episode, and Liz O'Kane go, "Oh no, you just buy it from Amazon and it sticks right across your desk. They already have it." And I'm like, hey, okay.
Okay, but the moral of the story is, did you ever do either of those things?
No.
Molly.
Well, I can't see. So this desk I'm getting rid of, so I'm not giving it any time because I'm getting a stand-up desk in the next couple of weeks, and then I'm going to put it on my stand-up desk.
Yes. So back to Libby's point about being able to put that is my favorite thing about my standing desk. It's white. So make sure you get a white one. And I take my photos back here on my hook and I do my things, and then I grab that and I put it right here, and you can do your measurements. You can take some close-up pictures and but I always make sure that half of my desk is clear when I am listing so that it's my workspace for that. I mean, right now it's covered in snacks, but that's
well, it is the favorite things episode. So, that's
snack
okay.
shelf
We'll
count.
allow it.
Yeah.
Kristen Earl Squirrel is watching this and she is proud. I know that.
Yes, you know.
Wow.
Very proud.
Molly, we need snack shelves.
I do not need a snack shelf. I need a standing shelf, but the snack, no. You could tell me I need a water cooler. That I would do. Molly does not need snacks right here. No, I need to have to get myself up and physically move myself downstairs and get my snack if I'm going to have a snack. Because for me, I would just sit here mindlessly eating all day. Samantha's good because she works, and then goes.
I was going to say, I think that's the standing thing too, though. I think it makes difference. When I sit in my dining room and I'm next to my kitchen and I'm sitting, I eat. And it's like bowl of cereal and ice cream and because it's all right there and I'm sitting. But when I'm up here, it's like 2 chips, wash my hands, I'm good. Let's keep going. Because I'm up and I'm moving.
You do wash your hands? You don't just...
I also have sanitizer right here.
You don't wipe it on the garments you're photographing?
I always have my Norwex cloth.
Pair of jeans.
And pajamas from consigners work well too, right? Is that not? No? Okay.
So, favorite snacks. We just have to go there. We've been talking too much about snacks. What is your ultimate reseller snack?
I like a mint. I like a mint because I feel like it gives me energy and freshens me up. It's like a little something that makes me go poop and wakes me up.
Okay. So that is proven that peppermint will do that. I know in high school they said my psychology teacher would always give peppermints out before exams because it wakes you up and it alerts you. It makes your mind more alert. I cannot have mints or chew gum because it makes me nauseous. So I just eat a bunch of junk.
So the other food that does that is actually oranges. Will give you a burst of alertness.
I love a good orange.
But it is not my favorite snack.
What's
I
your
like
favorite
them.
snack?
Your favorite snack?
Good and plenty.
Wasabi.
I love
I
me
knew
some
that.
good and plenty candy.
We thought you were going to say wasabi peas, didn't we?
Or tortilla chips.
Yeah,
They've shared a room
in a
with me.
brown,
They know.
paper bag. Good and plenty's. I'm telling you, you and Nick are definitely connected to DNA.
They are just fresh when they're fresh. Oh, I'll eat them stale too. I don't care.
I don't like them in a car. I don't like them in a bar. I don't like them here or there. I don't like them anywhere.
I don't like sweets unless it has chocolate. Like, I'm not a candy person. Like, Joe and Nicole sent us those nerds, and I just threw the rest of the box away. Because, like, once in a while, I'd grab some, and then I'd be like, why am I eating these? For some reason, I kept them. The other day, I threw them out. I was like, why do I still have
here? Nerds.
But I'm all about chocolate. I mean, my husband got me these double chocolate dark Milano things. Those are good.
I like not committing to a favorite there.
I don't have I like snacks.
So yes,
I like baked chips, Pringles. I like baked Lay's or Pringles. The pizza flavor I think is the best.
Okay, all right, I'll take it.
Now I love a baked Lay's. I'm with you on that when it comes to chips.
Best
favorites.
Chips.
Those are my favorites. However, wait a minute. When we were in Pennsylvania the last time, I'm trying to think of the chip company over there. Oh my God.
Lay's? No,
Hers has a baked.
Hers has
baked Lay's. I mean, a baked plain chip.
Yeah.
That is better than baked Lay's. And I never thought words would come out of my mouth that I'm such a Lay's.
Me too, but the baked Lay's are the best.
But it's not just Lay's across the board. If you were to tell me to go buy barbecue chips, go buy whatever for a part, it's going to be Lay's. Across the board, it's going to be Lay's for me.
Right.
However, Nick ran to the store last time we were in Pennsylvania and came back with the Hers baked plain chips. And I was like, really? You did that? Really? He's like, well, we are here. And I'm like, but honey. And I ate them and I was like, oh my gosh, we need to take some back.
Buy 3 more bags before we leave. I wish somebody around here would make so I'm like a generic person. I will buy the generic version of pretty much anything. There's only a few things that I'm like, oh, that's not quite as good. And if somebody would please make a cheaper version of baked Lay's, or for around here in Michigan, I would buy the heck out of them regularly, but they're expensive. And then I got to get like nacho cheese to go with them. And like, yeah, it's a whole thing.
Yeah. Baked Lay's, I eat plain. If you gave me a regular Lay's, I want something to dip them in. But baked Lay's, I like them as is, nothing on them.
I like them in a house, in a car, in a whatever. Yeah.
I mean, over here, over there.
Should we do a Sam I Am book? Like, I love it. I love them all.
I think Samantha's more like if you give a mouse a cookie.
Yes. So yes. I did share. I will tell you one of my favorite snacks. I do not have them. They're quite expensive, so I only get them once in a while. When I worked at the hospital, they sold them in the gift shop, and I had them like every day, which was terrible. There is a chocolate place here that makes dark chocolate covered potato chips. And they are the perfect balance of sweet and salty. And they are so good.
Oh my God.
I like mine covered in milk chocolate. I like mine covered in milk chocolate.
They do milk chocolate too. And they even have an ice cream where they break them all up and put them in the ice cream with some caramel.
Oh my God.
Stop it.
God.
It's like 3 blocks down the road from my house too. So when Maria wants something, she'll walk into my office with a bag of those potato chips. And I'm like, you can have the world. What do you
Whatever
need?
you want.
Just give me the chips.
You want the
lay them down slowly.
What do you want? Isn't this funny? Yeah, Samantha, you and I seem to have our taste quite similar because I'm a dark chocolate girl too, and I do love a dark chocolate covered potato chip. And now I just lost my thought I was going with this. Dadgummit. Okay, so
this
talking about
favorite
snacks. So we were talking about our favorite reseller items, right? You have a snack. If you're talking about favorite snacks, favorite things to eat, mine is ice cream by far above beyond anything. I should not eat dairy. It is bad for my knees, my joints. I am allergic to it. I love ice cream. Oh my God. I would, if you told me I could only have one other thing for the rest of my life and I had ice cream, just give me ice cream.
Edie's has a dairy free now that is quite good.
And there are quite a few dairy free, and we get them because Nick is vegan. So we do buy them, and I love them. They're just expensive as all get out. But if you're talking favorite reseller snack, I go with the mints because ice cream, big sugar rush, big that I'm down, and it is my favorite thing to eat. But as a reseller favorite, I don't eat ice cream when I'm trying to work because I'm
Good
sure
point.
to crash after that. That's
All
my
right,
just-
little facts here that you probably don't want to hear, but I'm going to tell you anyway. I used to be like an ice cream monster, and it was like, yeah, it was my favorite thing like that. But it was because I was deficient in calcium.
Yeah,
And the
I
second I was
probably
not
should.
deficient in like I could live without it for the rest of my life.
Oh.
Like I couldn't go without
Really?
it.
So this
Yeah.
is not a
Mhm.
calcium thing for me. This has been since I
right.
was 2 years old. I love
Well,
ice cream.
same.
Loves ice
Same.
cream. My dad every night had, when it's funny, if I post a picture of my dad on Facebook, my girls will come, oh my gosh, every time I think of your dad, I think of his nightcap. He called it his nightcap every night, and it was
My
a
dad.
bowl with a scoop of Heavenly Hash ice cream and a little splash, just a little splash of milk around it. And
Milk.
every single night that was his thing. And so that's what I grew up with is ice cream is it's what you do.
Yeah. That's same. Say that's how I was raised too. Like that was what we did at night. You watch your show or your movie before bed, and you eat your cup of ice cream with milk. It always had to have milk,
Little splash.
and that was the thing.
And we had chihuahuas. So
Wow.
at the end of the night, when he was finished, he would put the bowl down for Taco. And in the spoon, he'd get a last little spoonful, and Pickles would lick out of the spoon, and Taco would get what was left in the bowl. So everybody had a nightcap.
I used to do that when I had a cat. That's adorable.
Yeah.
But I also, to Libby's point, I'm probably deficient in just about everything. So that also makes sense. And I should go get some vitamins.
I'm sure I am too, but I know that my ice cream love does not stem from that because it's been my whole life. I think it stems from habit of family and sentimental memories at this point in my life because I love it for my dad.
All right, back to reseller things.
Right.
I've went through many a ring light over the year, and I have terrible lighting in this office, but this is the room that I have to do things in. And I live in Michigan, so it's always gray and gross outside. So I love my double-headed ring light. My niece asked me to sell it for her, and I said, how about $40? And I handed her $40 and I kept it. And it is also on our list of favorite things, and it is my favorite thing. I can put it up against the wall. I can bend it to go over it, but because it's got that double head, it just covers so much area, and then I can still just stick it off to the side. It's not like something huge that takes up tons of room.
And it's floor standing, right?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
I bought one recently. I needed a new one. My eBay one finally bit the dust, the swag one. And I thought it was floor standing and it wasn't. So I'm going to go on to our favorite things and order that one.
Do it right, girl.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, the exact one is on there.
Samantha, I have a question.
Yes. What's your question?
Ooh, that's kind of creepy cool. Well, that actually, what you just did lines right up with my question, actually, the shadow play and all. So when I use a ring light, because I only have a single ring light, it's always that you get a shadow cast. So having the double, do you find now you're able to put them in a way that you're not dealing with shadow cast when you're doing, say, like a home good?
Yeah, when I'm doing a home good. So I have a ring light behind my desk that's always on for this side of my desk. And then I will put this one, I'm going to blind everybody again. I will put this one here. It's breaking. I need to order a new one. I've had it for years. But I will put this one here. And yeah, because you can move it and have it in multiple directions, there's hardly ever a shadow. I mean, unless I am blatantly in front of the light. It just illuminates so much better because there's two.
God, you would have saved me like literally a half an hour this morning alone if I had that. Right? Of adjusting and readjusting.
All right, let me add that one to my must get soon list.
Wow.
Double-headed.
She's quite the sales lady, eh?
So listen, here's something else.
You can bend, you can whatever
like
you need.
An alien, isn't it? It's kind of cool.
It's also great. I put it out both ways, and then I love the phone holder part. This is where I do when I'm doing good at social media, which I have not been the last couple months, but that is how I do all my videos and stuff too. It has a great phone holder.
So this is going to lead me other favorite that I've done episodes on and a few tutorials, and there'll be a lot more tutorials with the shadow issue. So like I typically don't care as much about shadows because Photo Room allows me to do whatever the heck I need to do to get my picture to look exactly like the item in my hand. Hence, my other favorite thing as a reseller is Photo Room. Whoop, whoop. Can't live without it. Love it. My favorite.
How did we even function before? Oh, I know how we functioned. Go back and look at our old photos in our store.
Yeah.
Right.
It ain't pretty.
That's
Linked up in the show notes. Go ahead. I'll put it out there. Like it's bad. Real bad.
So with the double, the one thing I do find I struggle with Photo Room is if I am doing, I don't have it right here. So for the instance, the other day I just recently listed in our eBay store a vintage Israeli brooch that has a lot of filigree in it, but then it has little dangles and filigree outside, and it's a little thicker. So when I would just normally Photo Room my jewelry, take a picture of it, take Photo Room, crops it out, and then brighten it, because of the depth, the shadows, it was not taking away the shadow part. It was leaving the shadow. And
wait, so you can take away a shadow in Photo Room?
Yeah, typically it'll come right out because unless it's too close to the item, and that was the problem with mine, was because it's a small piece of jewelry that's just like, say, 1/8 of an inch thick, the shadow was so close to the item in color range, the darkness of it, that Photo Room wasn't picking up and removing the majority of it. And then, of course, you're having to expand and try to erase it manually, and that's a nightmare. So this double.
So you're talking about background removal, not shadow removal.
Well, shadow is part of your background.
All right, no. All right, wait. Let me set this up for you here. I have a shirt I'm photographing on the wall behind me, much like Samantha has that shirt there. And there's a shadow down the middle of that shirt.
Okay, well, you're just photographing at the wrong place. You shouldn't be photographing.
Okay, so there's nothing I can do about that.
Oh, if there's a shadow,
stand behind your light. That's what you could do about it. Stand behind your light.
I'm not saying I do that. I'm just saying I wouldn't have to worry about the shadows and adjusting my light if Photo Room was that magical.
No, you need to not be photographing there if there's a shadow across your item, you're in the wrong place. So what I'm talking about is the actual shadow on the surface from the object that's projecting onto the surface typically gets removed by Photo Room background remover, except on small things like jewelry that is intricate, it does not always remove. Your lighting is going to be the answer to my one issue. It's the only issue I ever have in Photo Room, honestly.
Yeah, so this light is it's super versatile, and it's really going to help the shadow issues.
Well, thanks for sharing. I'm going to check out our link below.
It's on the list.
All right.
I wonder how long it's going to take to get here.
Right? Holidays. All right. So I'm looking for my other list. Anybody else got any die-hard things before we got?
Yes.
What is it?
Yes.
What is it?
And I think you're all going to agree with this. It is the book, The Slight Edge, because our book club is doing that every first quarter, because it is, if I was Oprah, I would be giving it away. I would be showering it to all of our sea chatters.
Mine is actually in my car. I don't even have it near me because I take it places and I reread it and you can literally open it up at any point and get something out of it.
I know. I need a refresher. I during the move, I fell off my slight edge, but I need a refresher. But
because you're pumpkin planning everything.
Everybody that did this book said it changed their life, their business, their relationships. It was maybe the most impactful thing I've ever read. And we're all about action at the Sea Chats Book Club. And so if you want to take actions, easy little actions to greatly improve your life and your business, this is where you want to be. And you want that book.
Here we go. Yeah. We're excited. When does that one start?
It will start probably the first week in January.
Yep.
Yep. But I'll be announcing it, so everybody has time to get the book. If you haven't put it on your Christmas wish list, put it on your Christmas wish list. If you have one from last year, just reuse it. Yes. I am not selling mine. That's how much I love it. I sell everything.
She does sell everything. I can't
After I
believe you're not
read
selling
it,
it.
after I wear it, I sell everything. I still have my Slight Edge book, and nobody will take that from me.
Make sure you put the Slight Edge, the link below for the book, in case there are people that want to go ahead and order it and get a head start.
I will put it everywhere.
You know, and it is
I
one
think
of
it's that important.
Obviously, we are redoing it every year annually. So it is one of those books that even if you read it now and then turn around and read it again in January with the book club, it's only going to be that much better. So that. Gosh, I'm trying to think of anything else that I mean, we're talking about things, objects. The other thing I always think of more of the sentimental or the other things, flexibility. And I do not mean my body bending because that is not happening anytime soon. But the reselling, one thing that it gives you flexibility and so much, you know?
One of our favorite things.
I mean, I was talking earlier with somebody this morning and I was like, yeah, I can stop my day at 2:00 when my husband comes home, and then I can restart it at 7 p.m. when he goes to bed because he works weird hours. And I even mentioned earlier in this recording that something about a wonky hour or however, and people are probably sitting there going, she doesn't start her day until 8:45 in the morning. Like, really? But I work late at night. I do my shipping at night and I have everything ready and like I'm up until midnight or later. So I know that that's all the shipping I really have to do if I have time crunch the next day. And yeah, you have the flexibility
this youngin's a party animal, Libby. This youngin is a party animal. She's up till after midnight.
She's just starting work at the time I'm going to bed.
Right? I've been going to bed really early lately.
But I sleep in too. So if I don't have to wake up until 8:30 sometimes, and that's why my hair is like this for the day. I mean, that's what happens. It
is what it is. It is.
It is
so
awesome
there's flexibility in your schedule, and I love that you have your husband works not the traditional 9 to 5 hours, so you're able to make sure you have time with him that's good quality time by adjusting your work schedule. Hello.
Yeah.
Can't do that if you're teaching in a school or, I mean, listen, I'm glad everybody has their things they do because that's what makes the world go around and us successful, that we all have different jobs. But we're talking specifically reselling and what we're thankful for, what we can't live without, favorite things we just die to have. Mine is flexibility.
I think we missed something on the snack when I was asking about reselling. All right, I didn't have lunch, can you tell? But
go back to the snacks.
So I think we missed something. Is Good and Plenty's are my favorite, but you need something that isn't going to get your hands greasy, dirty, crummy. Like you need something that's coated, like a Good and Plenty. So I just, when we think about our reseller snacks, let's think about things that are not going to affect what we're touching, what we're doing, all of that stuff.
Yes, this episode is not sponsored by Good and Plenty. And if we were allowed to have any snack, I would have Cheeto Puffs. And you cannot have those anywhere in this office or near anything. So I totally get what you're saying.
Yes. But I mean, that was a really valid point, and we totally just glossed over it.
No, I'm going to Wet Wipes and no Good and Plenty's. I'm happy with Wet Wipes. Actually, literally right outside the door here, I have a bathroom with soap and water. So
me too. Yeah,
I'm washing my hands from my chips or whatever I'm eating. But I do like what you're saying, Libby. If you're a lover,
Good and Plenty's, you can just shake a couple of.
I think she
you
wants
don't even
them
have to touch them. It's beautiful.
Maybe some sort of affiliate deal with them or something, like a sponsorship, or she wants like a lifetime, Good and Plenty something.
Well, I had to sneak them because for a while they were always made in the United States and we ate them in my family, and then they're not anymore. So there was like a little ban on them in my household, so I would have to sneak them.
That's
favorite thing we missed.
What?
My reseller genie, Faith and Paul.
Talk about people we love.
Right. I mean, let's not even get on to what they do. Let's just talk about them as people. Like, we don't even need to talk about what they do. Like, I just the people themselves are
amazing.
Saving people's taxes one reseller at a time. But I mean, all right. So our big thing is we preach, you don't have to do consignment, but you do have to be consignment ready. And what did my reseller genie do this year? They got consignment ready. Yeah. And hello, amazing people, amazing product. And we are just, I want to say one of my favorite things, but they're really two of my favorite people.
Yes. Yes.
100%.
Yes,
Oh
and
my
they
God,
are
I love that.
consignment ready. And so we're able to help people that just have like one or two or just a handful of consigners really navigate that using my Reseller Genie as a tool. So
I love it when we're consulting with people and they're like, well, how do I? And we're like, do you have my Reseller Genie? They're like, yeah. Great. Go watch this video. Go do this. You're already there. You can do it.
Right there in your hands.
yeah.
Faith and Paul got you covered.
Yep.
And look, even if you're not in the reselling business and you chance upon this, just go ahead and get my Reseller Genie and sit on the side just because it's Faith and Paul.
Just 'cause they're amazing.
That's all. That's
We
all.
work with so many great people.
I know.
Right. I know. We really
do. Yeah.
We're blessed. That's another thing that's on our favorite things. Just all the great people.
All the great people. So we mentioned our motivation in minutes part of the Patreon, but we didn't mention our mastermind part of the Patreon.
And that's something a lot of people are thankful for.
Yes. Yeah. I'm thankful. I like accountability. I like to yell at people about accountability, so I think it works out great. But we have the monthly and weekly ones. We talk about them all the time, so I won't go crazy with it. But that's one of my favorite things is knowing that on Tuesdays, I use it myself. Like I make goals and then I go, oh crap, I have to tell people tomorrow that I cross-listed those 100 items or whatever my goal is. And then it helps me because I'm a procrastinator. So usually on Monday night, I'm doing what I told everybody I would do by Tuesday.
That's
yeah.
Good.
All right. So out of our mastermind, I guess that would be my second favorite thing of the year. I love the accountability, but the way we actually mastermind stuff, I have a whole new inventory system that is literally cutting my shipping time by 75%. Like it's insane. And that's all wild. Came out of the mastermind group and just sharing and talking through things. And oh my gosh, I'm going to be making more money. I mean, how can that not be one of my most favorite things, right?
Yeah. And then you've got mine with my schedule. Hello.
Yeah.
What will we do with
sometimes, even when you have the three of us and they say, Libby, I don't know how you work out of bags like that. That's crazy. And Libby is like, oh, it works fine. And then when you have other people that say, Libby, why didn't you try this? And then it makes more sense. So that's fine.
Yeah. It's all different perspectives.
Being able to bounce ideas off of people. And then when you have that room just filled with like-minded people, the things that come out of it, usually a hybrid of everybody. And then it's amazing.
Everybody's going to learn and pick up something. That's for sure. Everybody.
Mm-hmm. And especially since we always preach and we always say, everybody's business is different. Yep. The way everybody wants to run their business is different. Everybody's goals are different, but we're all just there to support each other and make you do better.
And the ability to adapt and listen is amazing. Like,
yes,
I'm floored by that.
All right. One of Libby's favorite things I'm going to put out there real quick, y'all. Timers.
Yes.
Yeah. Favorite thing is a timer. And my timer says that means it's time for a cheers, y'all.
All right.
That's what that timer means. We have talked about so many favorite things, and I know we're going to get off of this. We're going to go, oh my gosh, we need to do a part 2 because there's so many others. But for now,
I'm afraid we missed something. I'm so afraid.
So many things.
We have talked about some amazing favorite things. Libby, you link all that up down below for everybody.
Oh, sure. No problem. We only mentioned like 500 things. Why not?
You got this. I
love how you edit, you link. I have nothing to do after these. This is great.
You're just here smiling.
Don't worry. Yep. I'm glad you just said that. Right. We'll mastermind something for you to do.
Yes, we will.
Maybe I should do the social media. I said I would.
Perhaps. All right, ladies, until next time.
Cheers.
Thanks for joining Libby, Molly, and Samantha, the ladies of Consignment Chats, as we build a resourceful community of collaborative resellers. Find all the ways to connect with us on consignmentchats.com. Episodes are available on YouTube and anywhere you get your podcasts. In addition, join our free private Facebook community.